Hi, this is Jim Ave, and I'm going to cover the final professional portfolio reflection assignment for Kinesiology 792D. You can find this in Appendix C in the syllabus, and that's what I have on the screen. The other thing you should download is the final professional portfolio reflection template in our course. What I'm going to do in our this presentation, I'm going to cover the nuts and bolts of this assignment, and then where you are going to turn this assignment in. So what you're going to do, this is the final assignment. This is the signature assignment for our course. You've done most of it already, so let's go ahead and look at the template. So you'll see in the template that the very first part of the template is the table of contents, and this basically the majority of the first part of your final professional portfolio is including all the professional portfolios that you have done in Kinesiology 792C and D. So if you scroll, you'll see that you provide your introduction and all your executive summaries, and so everything that you've done in the very first these two classes so far. So after you get to the end of your sixth professional portfolio, you're going to add a new section to your final professional portfolio. And you see I already titled this here Professional Qualities and Characteristic Descriptions. So let's go back to our assignment here, description. So what you're going to do is, I'm going to go ahead and read this and then try to explain it. Within your final professional portfolio, you will also reflect and discuss how specific artifacts from 792C and D Practicum courses help you demonstrate your mastery in 3 professional qualities and characteristics. These come from the NASB 2008 document. These professional qualities and characteristics are as follows. How are you an advocate for the athletic training discipline? How are you demonstrating that you are a continuous, collaborative professional learner who furthers your own professional development to use your abilities to contribute to the athletic training profession? The third part of this, how are you demonstrating that you are a responsive and reflective athletic training practitioner? So what I want you to do in this particular section is you're going to explain what each of those 3 qualifications and characteristics mean. So explain what it means that you're an advocate for the athletic training discipline. 2 to 3 paragraphs. Then that's one section. The next section is explain what it means that you are a continuous, collaborative professional learner, blah, blah, blah. So explain what that means. In the third section, explain what it means that you are a responsive and reflective practitioner. So each one of these sections is 2 to 3 paragraphs in length. And then you should use the NASB 2008 document that is contained in Moodle. So where in Moodle is that NASB 2008 document? Well, let's go look in Moodle. So we're in our course, we're in my view, the teacher view, because some of the things I'm going to show you, I can't show you in a student view, but it still looks somewhat similar. So you go to course documents, and then there's the NASB 2008. I'll go ahead and open it. And this document is written for PE program directors, like myself who are in charge of master's programs in physical education. So the reason why this is being used, this particular document is being used, is because there's really nothing good in athletic training graduate education that really addresses some of the things that our grad program is about. And so you'll read this document. It's for physical education teachers, but the principles from this document apply to our discipline just like it applies to physical education. So use this document and any other references that helps you explain, teach these three main areas. How are you an advocate for athletic training? How are you a continuous professional learner? And how does this relate to your athletic training profession? How are you a responsive and reflective practitioner? Okay, that's one section of this final portfolio. Now, the next section of our final professional portfolio is very similar to the artifact sections that you've been doing for the last 2 semesters. In this particular assignment, what you're going to do is you're going to find one artifact from the Kinesiology 792 and 790, Kinesiology 792 C and D courses that demonstrate that you have satisfied or you master each of the professional qualities and characteristics. So what are the 6 different assignments that you've done in this course? And also can be the Courage and Calling or the Good to Great in God's Eyes assignments, because that's part of those 2 courses too, that demonstrate that you are athletic training advocate, a continuous professional learner, responsive and reflective practitioner. And so you'll place that artifact and you'll refer, because it should be in one of your appendices already, as you can see in Appendix D, blah, blah, blah. And then you explain why that particular artifact demonstrates that you are meeting one or more, because one artifact can actually show that you're meeting 2 of the qualifications and characteristics, or 3, if you can make the case for that. So again, if you have to have a minimum of 3 artifacts, because there's 3 professional qualities and characteristics, but you can have more, you can have less. The important part of this part of the paper is that you describe how that artifact demonstrates mastery in that specific qualities and characteristics, just like we've been doing in the artifact sections throughout the last year. Then I also want you to include the number of hours that you worked as an athletic trainer in weeks 13 through 15. Then the last section of your final professional portfolio, I want you to think about your professional development plan. This whole class is basically a professional development course. You've been reflecting on how you've satisfied the POC professional practice standards. Now what I want you to think about is, what are some specific professional development goals that you want to satisfy, meet, do over the next 3 to 5 years that will help you develop in the professional qualities and characteristics. These can be bullet listed, and then you'll describe how you go about meeting these goals. This is sort of like when we did the strengths finder evaluation assignments in Kinesiology 777A, issues in kinesiology, where I had you to identify a specific goal that you wanted to work on, using a specific strength, theme, talent, what is the goal, what skills, knowledge, or experiences do you need to go about meeting that goal, and giving yourself a date when you want to complete. That's similar to that, but this one is specific to the 3 professional qualities and characteristics. What goals do you have over the next 3 to 5 years, and how can you go about meeting those goals? Let's go back to the syllabus. The reason I'm going back here is it's basically what I've been saying is in the syllabus. Just a couple little things on length for each section, the explanation of the 3 professional qualities and characteristics, is It's really going to be 2 to 3 pages, but 1 to 2 pages, that's 30 points. The artifact section is 2 to 4 pages, that's worth 80 points. Your professional development plan is 2 to 4 pages, and that's 30 points. I have a rubric for this particular assignment, and you can read the other things that are included in the rubric. I didn't bring up the rubric for this particular announcement, but one thing we do I need to make sure that you're aware of: this assignment is going to be turned in at 2 different places in Moodle. So let's go back to Moodle. Later in our class, you won't see this right now in your view. This final professional portfolio reflection will come here, open up there, and then when we get down, starting in week, it's at the last week. Right here you see 2 links. It'll be in week 16, which I'll make them open earlier than that. This is your typical assignment link that you'll turn in your final professional portfolio reflection assignment in, just like you've always done in Moodle. But then you'll also turn this assignment in what's called Task Stream. Click that link. It's going to look different for you than it is for me because I'm a faculty member. But Task Stream, and I don't know if you've used Task Stream yet. Can't remember. I'm not sure if you have or if you haven't. But I would suggest that you click this link here. It says students, click here for useful, helpful resources, how to submit assignments. You can look through that to help you turn in the assignment. So you're going to turn in your final professional portfolio assignment in Task Stream, and I assume somewhere in here we'll have the semester and the class, and you'll turn in the Word document in Task Stream. Why are we using Task Stream? Task Stream is a program that the university uses for program evaluations. So every 7th year, I, as the program director, I evaluate the effectiveness of this graduate program, and one of the ways that we do this is that we have specific assignments that are called summative assignments, which are designed to assess a specific student learning outcome or program student learning outcome. The comprehensive exams that you will be taking in the summer, you'll be using Task Stream. You'll be submitting assignments in Task Stream for that, because that's really our big area for us to do summative assessment. And then I'll assess you in Task Stream, but I'll do it normally in the class like I have done for all the classes that we've had together on a rubric, and I'll turn that rubric back into you with feedback, and the paper itself will have feedback. But I just want to make sure that you're aware of turning in the assignment in Task Stream. I haven't wrote the text in the course yet, but I'll provide you, in case you need help with this, how to turn it in Task Stream. There's a contact person, that's the Task Stream manager. If you need help, that person can give you help. And I won't get your assignment turned in Moodle if you have problems with Task Stream. I'm not too concerned if it's a little bit late in Task Stream, but just make sure you turn it on time in Moodle. As with any of your assignments, I'm happy to review your final professional portfolio assignment. There are no opportunities to redo that particular assignment. I think I have a later module in Moodle. Once the last date, I'll review it. But I'm happy to review it, and hopefully I look forward to reading these final professional portfolios, just to see your professional development plan. And a little hint, this is very similar to one of your comprehensive exam questions. So do some heavy work here. It'll make your comp exam a little bit easier this summer. If you have any questions, as always, post them in the Q&A forum. If that doesn't work, email me. If that doesn't work, call me. I'm here to help. I want to help you through this process.